everyone, this is Marcy from The Scribbled Word, and I'm coming to you today with a flip through of my new faith planner, which I have recently put together, and I am going to be using this for the next 3 months or so, mainly for scripture writing, and then I do have a monthly spread which I'll be using for my planning. And here I'm just showing you the cover. This is an A5 size planner, and I've used some antique and vintage doilies and then some pieces from Maggie Holmes' Flourish collection, which you'll also see throughout the planner. And this planner, I'm going to show you what I used to create it at the end, but it was a fairly inexpensive notebook, and it doesn't really lay flat, so I'm not super happy with that part of it, but it was really easy to design the cover the way that I wanted. So it actually came in a pack of 2, so I may be doing something different with the next one that I do. But here you can see the inside cover. I put a little pocket, and then I'm showing you this printable, which is from the Reset Girl. Her name is Corey, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with her, but she has a website and she puts together a scripture writing challenge monthly that you can join. It's free to join. And so here I'm showing you that this is where I've written out the scriptures for the first week in May. And then the rest of the planner, I have decorated some of the pages, and some of them I've just left blank because I know that I'll be wanting to add things as I go. Here I'm showing you this little eyelet that I added to the month tab and put a little charm on there. And then this is the monthly spread, which I actually took that from my Dayspring planner, which I showed a flip through of that recently, and it was an 18-month planner, but it was getting really chunky, so I had to move on to another planner. So I'm just using the leftover monthly spreads in this planner. And then here's a little envelope that I made to go in the planner, and I decorated again with Maggie Holmes. And then this is a vintage pattern envelope, and on the inside I used some of the pattern instructions to make a little journaling spot, and sewed around the edges of that. So here you can see that I have another little journaling card, and I have a dot to dot on the back. And then this is an envelope that I made using some paper from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection, and I still have to put something in it, but I did add this little magnet here, which is helpful to keep it closed, a little button card, and then these 2 pages I used some vintage books to create this. This pocket was actually the outer sleeve of a book, which I made into a pocket, and then added some notebook paper for journaling. And then again, I added another charm to the monthly tab, and that was an idea that I got from Mrs. Cogs Crafts. She has a YouTube channel and has some really nice journals that she sells. And anyways, this was something that she does, is to add the eyelet to the monthly tabs and then add a little charm, which I thought was a cute idea. So here I'm showing that's a little tuck spot, and then this is a pressed flower that I added, and this is a little collage, a little fabric collage that I made and added to the journal, just to have a place where I could journal, and then that would cover it up. And here's a little journaling card that I added to that page. And then there's also just a lot of tea-dyed paper and some more scrapbook paper from the Maggie Holmes collection that I just left blank so that I can decorate those later. Here is a little pocket that I added some tags to. and decorated a little bit, and a little postcard, some notebook paper. Here I did add a little book page to that side and a pocket here. And then I decorated all the pages that were the backs of my monthly spread. So these 2 pages I did decorate. And that pocket I made from I actually copied, scanned, and printed out a vintage hanky that I have. And then again, I use this vintage doily to make a flip up, and then this is a little envelope where I tucked away a couple journaling cards and then sewed on a little journaling spot under that too. And then I used this little ticket to keep that envelope in place, and then just flipped that back down. So, and then this is the last page, which I made from a vintage fairy tale book, and then that's another Maggie Holmes tag there, and then a little bit of handkerchief. This I left blank so that I could put a photograph or a quote or something in that frame. And then that is the end of my journal, and like I said, I left a lot of room so that I can embellish it as I go, but I'm excited to use it. So here I'm showing you, this is what the journal looked like before I decorated it, and this actually came, like you saying journal, but I mean planner. It actually came as a set of 2, and so you can see how it does not lay flat. So I might do something different with this one. I might remove the spine and then reattach the sides and see if I can make it better. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I'm only planning to use it for about 3 months. So because I tend to like to add lots of things to my planner, and so it just doesn't work for much longer than that. So here's a few close-ups of some of the pages I made, and I hope that this was inspiring to you and that gave you some ideas, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.